You know that feeling, right? You're not really moving forward, but you're not going backward either. You're just stuck. It's the same routine, the same thoughts, the same dead ends. And you know something has to change, but you just can't seem to make it happen. Well, let's get into this because what if I told you there's a clear, science-backed protocol to actually break that pattern for good?
And this right here, this is the absolute core of what we're talking about today. This isn't about you lacking willpower or courage or motivation. That feeling of being stuck is a physical state. It's literally a program running in your nervous system. And the best part? That means we can physically reset it.
So why do things like positive thinking or just trying to motivate yourself often fall flat when we're in this state? Well, it's because you're trying to talk your way out of a problem that isn't about logic. Your brain is built for efficiency. It defaults to what's familiar, because familiar feels safe and, frankly, uses less energy, even if that familiar pattern is the very thing holding you prisoner.
This slide really breaks it down for us. These are the 5 core reasons your brain keeps you locked in place. Think of it like a car. The emergency brake is on, you're almost out of gas, and the GPS is just stuck on a loop back to your own driveway. You're not going anywhere, and it's not your fault. Let's just zoom in on this one for a second, because it's a big one. Your prefrontal cortex, that's your brain's CEO. It handles all the big picture thinking, the creative problem solving, but when you're under chronic stress, your brain's security guard, the amygdala, stages a hostile takeover. It's all about survival, not progress.
And this is so crucial. Let yourself off the hook. When your brain is in survival mode, its main strategies are avoidance, procrastination, and just numbing out. This isn't some kind of character flaw. It's a biological state that's designed to protect you from what it thinks is a threat.
And to top it all off, you've got a literal fuel shortage. Dopamine is the molecule of motivation. Without enough of it, even the smallest action feels like trying to climb Mount Everest. It's not laziness, it's a neurochemical deficit that makes the idea of change feel totally impossible. Okay, so that's the diagnosis. Your brain is basically in a protective lockdown. But here's the really good news. We have the keys. So let's get into the practical side of things, the actual prescription, the actionable plan to reset your system. Here it is, the full 8-step protocol. It's like a complete system reboot for your brain. You can see how it starts with direct physical things to reset your nervous system, then moves into mental reframes, and finally gets you into real action. We're not going to break down every single one, but we are going to focus on a couple of the most powerful resets you can do, like right now.
So let's start with the most important one, the one that kicks this whole thing off. Step 1.
This is the pattern interrupt. And yeah, it might sound a little weird, but it is incredibly powerful. You know, animals in the wild do this instinctively to shake off stress and trauma after they've been frozen in fear. It's called somatic release. So by consciously shaking your body, you are physically discharging all that stored up stress and literally interrupting your nervous system's current program. You're sending a direct signal to your brain that says, hey, that old stuck pattern is over now.
Okay, so once you've slammed the brakes on that old signal, the next critical move is to refuel the system so you can start a new one.
All right, let's jump to step 5, the dopamine injection. This is fantastic because it proves this isn't about getting fit, it's about neurochemistry. Just 5 minutes of high-intensity movement, think burpees, sprinting in place, whatever works, will flood your brain with dopamine. This gives you the actual chemical fuel you've been missing, the fuel you need to break out of that paralysis and actually feel capable of taking the next step.
So why does this combination work so well? I mean, what's actually happening here? Well, it's not magic, it's neurology. You are actively rewiring your brain's operating system to choose action over inaction.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got the stuck brain. It's being run by fear, it's rigid, it's low on fuel, and it's basically stuck in power-saving mode. But on the right, after the reset, your prefrontal cortex is back in charge, it's flexible, it's fueled up with dopamine, and it's ready for change. You're literally shifting from survival mode back to CEO mode.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Overanalyzing why you're stuck actually makes the stuck neural pathways even stronger. You cannot solve the problem with the same brain state that created it. You have to change your physiology first.
And look, the results are real and they happen fast. Immediately you'll feel a physical lightness as your nervous system comes out of that free state. And within days and weeks, that little shift translates into new actions, broken habits. You are literally building momentum from the ground up, at the neural level.
Okay, so this brings us to the most important part of this whole explainer. Not just understanding this stuff, but actually doing it.
Your brain will always choose the familiar path unless you force it to do something different. So inaction becomes a choice. It's the choice to let that old, tired program keep running on a loop. This Neuro Reset is your tool to grab the remote and change the channel.
So, I'm asking you directly, can you? Because reading about this doesn't change a thing. Thinking about it won't help. The only thing that works is action.
So here it is, a simple 5-minute challenge using the first 3 steps. First, you're going to shake your body for 1 minute to interrupt the pattern. Second, 2 minutes of cross-lateral movement. That's just marching in place while touching your opposite hand to your opposite knee. It gets both sides of your brain firing together to break up rigid thinking. And finally, 3 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, and a slow exhale for 8. This is scientifically proven to calm your nervous system right down.
Seriously, pause this right now and just do it. It's only 5 minutes. And then, just notice. Notice the shift in your body. Notice the thoughts or ideas that feel possible now that felt completely out of reach just a few moments ago. That feeling? That's the beginning of getting unstuck.
And that's where we'll leave it. Just remember this. It's not you. It's not a flaw. It's your programming. And you absolutely have the power to hit reset, to interrupt that pattern, and to finally get moving again.